Yo, peoples, David Lee, Strong by Lee, Hustle and Muscle Specialist, Registered Dietitian here, coming at you with another video about a topic that I addressed at a presentation for my friend and fellow dietitian. She runs a 12-week weight loss program called Core 4 at a hospital as their outpatient dietitian. She brought me in at week 5 of 12 to talk to her 10 members about incorporating exercise into their weight loss program. Now, these people were generally very overweight, very obese, at least 30 pounds overweight. They needed my help. They wanted to know what type of physical activity is best for them. So I created the presentation for the sole purpose of educating them. But I was inspired to make this video for you too, because I asked them this question during this presentation that I want to ask you, and that is, why are you not exercising? Why are you not training? Okay, I say these two questions, exercise and training, because training implies your resistance training. And we'll go into what entails resistance training, or what entails my definition of exercise, because exercising and resistance training can be subjective and relative depending on who you talk to. The heart of this video is to get to the bottom line of why someone is not engaging in the type of exercise and training that will get them to their end goal, their results, to get them to feel better, look better, move better. Why are these people overweight? Is it because they're not exercising and training? Maybe that's one part of the reason, but the presentation, the goal of the presentation and the goal of this video is to get to the bottom of that. So if you're watching this video, you want to figure out why you're not seeing the results and why you're not exercising. And then I'm going to teach you or talk to you about why you're not exercising. And the reason is you're not prioritizing. You're not prioritizing your health. You're not prioritizing your goals. Your thoughts and your desires and whatever self-talk that you have going on does not run parallel to your actions. Okay, so we'll kind of dive into a little bit there. But dialing back a little bit, before I asked this question to the participants there, I got an idea of what they were doing for exercise, what they were doing for physical activity, how consistent they were, got an idea of what type of effort they were pouring into their routines. Then I educated them on what resistance training was, why resistance training, and why vigorous physical activity and exercise is beneficial, how it imparts benefits on them, right? And then what are some common characteristics for the effective forms of exercise? A lot of the people there were doing low intensity stuff, Zumba, walking, elliptical, the occasional spin class, aqua, aerobics. These are all great forms of exercise, but I wanted to teach them that it doesn't really fit in the framework of the type of exercise they should be doing if they're trying to lose maximum amounts of fat and improve their health. Because I told them, if you want to do efficient exercise, effective exercise, and something that's also safe, it should involve, and improve 3 things: stability and balance, flexibility, and strength. Resistance training achieves all 3 of those if done properly. But resistance training is not comfortable, it's not fun, it can be sometimes downright painful in a good way, depending on how you go about it. They weren't consistent with their exercise routine, so whatever they were doing, their Zumba, their aqua aerobics, not very consistent. They weren't putting that much effort into it. Going to the gym was more of a pit stop for them. They're coming home from work, or they're on their way to pick up the kids. They got a few extra minutes. They pop into Planet Fitness or Blink or Crunch, and they whip out 30 minutes on the treadmill or the elliptical. So that was their definition of exercise. After I gave them my definition of exercise and then popped that question into their head, why are you not exercising? I got a bunch of, now that I know what efficient exercise is according to this fitness coach, why am I not exercising? After thousands of contact hours with clients, consulting, and working with my current clients, and having worked with over 100 different clients from varying backgrounds, working professionals, elite athletes, moms, dads, military professionals, service members, I got to understand that there are a few underlying themes. But under all those underlying themes, as I said earlier in the video, is prioritization. Their actions don't run congruent to their desires. Time is the reason that they don't exercise. Self-consciousness is another reason. These were some of the reasons that these participants were giving me, and they were also in my presentation. They're busy, they lack motivation, they're lazy. Again, if you really think deeply about it, health prioritization can solve all of these issues, right? I gave them a couple of examples. The President of the United States, high-level politicians. Okay, no matter what you think about them, I don't have any opinion on politicians. They still, if they work out, they hold one of the highest offices in the United States. They arguably have some of the most demanding responsibilities. They still work out. The Rock, professional, former wrestler, action star, movie star, works out on his own, doesn't hire anyone, doesn't have anyone looking over his shoulder, preps his own meals. If he has time for it, why don't they? Why doesn't the average person who's retired have time for intense, vigorous exercise? One of my clients, I like to use her as an example too. She's a mom of two. Her twin daughters are 2 and 3 years old. She's a full-time teacher. She has a side hustle as well as an art instructor, teaching other teachers to be competent professionals and technicians. She also helps her husband build and run his business, does paintings, does graphic design. She has time for all of these things. And she has a social life. She dances. She does competitive dancing once a week. If she has time for all this, waking up at 5 in the morning, doesn't come home till like 7, has to tuck her kids in, make dinner for herself, her husband, and her family, she still has time to work out with me 3 to 4 times a week. Why don't you? Why don't you engage in physical activity? Even though it's painful, even though it's uncomfortable, even though resistance training is tough to do, rep in, rep out. Every time you go to the gym, it's a little bit more uncomfortable. It's tough. Why don't you do it? Even though you know the benefits of doing it, and it's just all comes down to prioritization. Once you prioritize things becomes much easier. So I want you to take a piece of paper, separate it by a column. On one side, write down your desires, your goals, be as specific as possible. Not, I want to lose weight, or I want to feel better, or I want to look better. No, be more specific. Be like, I want to make less of a splash at the pool. I don't just want to walk on the beach with my shirt on. I want to rip my shirt off and I want to go run into the water. I want to be so self-confident. I want to drop this low self-esteem. I want to have better sex. I want my spouse to see me the same way he or she saw me when we first got married or we first started going out. I want more self-confidence. I want to carry myself better. I want to be there for my kids. I don't want to be the ones trying to keep up with my kids. I want my kids to be the ones keeping up with me. Boom. There are your desires. Now look at your actions. What are you doing right now? Are they in alignment with what you want? Are you going out and binge drinking in the evening? Are you eating out? Are you eating Chinese? Are you prepping your own meals? Are you sitting in front of a TV watching football all Sunday? Think about that. Are your actions in congruency with your desires? Take that activity. Hopefully that sheds some light. Hopefully that gives you some food for thought, forces you to be a little bit more, practice a little bit more integrity. All right. So if this video was valuable, you found it helpful, and you found that it can help and improve the lives of your loved ones, please like, subscribe, and share. Spread the love. Don't keep me a secret. I love the work that my clients and I do together, and I would love to be able for you to experience the same thing. I'm going to keep making these videos, but please stay on the lookout. Okay, like my YouTube channel, all right? Visit me on Facebook and Instagram and my website. Shoot me a comment. Shoot me an email, shoot me a message at strongbylee@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you and helping you go from average to optimal. See you later.